Ladies and gentlemen, did you all know that Israel is guilty of using human shields? That's right, in light of the strikes from Iran in Tel Aviv, the IDF posted that those projectiles were targeting 10 million civilians. Naturally, I was like, whoa, 10 million civilians? How is that even possible? Well, it turns out that Israel decided to embed the Mossad and IDF headquarters in the middle of Tel Aviv.
The headquarters of Mossad, the International Intelligence Service of Israel, which is inside Tel Aviv. It's in the northern part of Tel Aviv, but it's in the city. It's in a densely populated area. And of course, the concern is if you're firing, even though Iran might consider that a military target, it is in a densely populated city with civilians around it.
Now, according to Israel, from everything that we've heard over the last several months and really the last several years, that means that you're using civilians as human shields. Therefore, any damage to civilian infrastructure or any accidental deaths that may come to the civilians in the area wouldn't be the fault of Iran. It would actually be the fault of Israel. At least that's according to Israel's own logic, right? And in fact, all of the West should be condemning Israel for embedding the IDF and Mossad in civilian infrastructure, knowing that they're putting those civilians' lives in danger. But you know what the craziest part about all this is? Iran did strike Tel Aviv. Iran hit military targets in Tel Aviv. But somehow, despite the fact that the Mossad and the IDF headquarters are embedded in Tel Aviv, Iran managed to avoid killing hundreds to thousands of civilians. Now, I'm told, ladies and gentlemen, that Israel has the greatest intelligence apparatus in the world. So why is it that Israel can't shoot missiles at military targets in Gaza without killing civilians? They can't detonate pagers in Lebanon without killing civilians. They can't bomb Syria without killing civilians. And every time they kill civilians, they use the excuse it's because the terrorists are using them as human shields by merely existing in the country. And yet Iran, from such a great distance, can target Israel, target Tel Aviv specifically, target the military infrastructure, and despite having every reason to bomb civilian infrastructure and civilians in Israel, they somehow manage to avoid civilian casualties. Absolutely exposing the lie that Israel has no choice but to accept the civilian casualties that come at their hands in Gaza because, you know, they're using them as human shields and we just can't help it. It's not our fault, it's Hamas. It's Hamas's fault. But you know what this really shows? It shows us that Iran's intelligence is better than what the West and Israel are willing to admit. They're showing us they have the capability to hit who they want, where they want, when they want. And now you're learning why the West, specifically the United States and Israel, are terrified to go to war with Iran. Because really, they've only shown us a piece of what they can do. And the reality is, nobody's trying to fuck around and find out everything Iran is capable of. I hope that this once and for all puts that bullshit talking point about human shields that Israel has been using to justify the targeting of civilians to rest permanently. Because it's bullshit, obviously. And Iran proved that yesterday.